Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Beauty Told. It's your girl Britt, and today I have a special guest with me today. He's gonna help me talk about a relational topic. So, like I promised you guys, the month of February, we're gonna kind of get back into relation topics since it is the month of love. So, without further ado, I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
How y'all doing? My name is Eric.
And me and Eric go way back. Many years now. We met at my old job, and I'm not gonna mention the name because they ain't paying me for it. So, but we have stayed connected, stayed close, and I appreciate you coming and
For sure.
supporting today. And so, without further ado, we're gonna get into it. So, guys, me and him were actually discussing before the camera started rolling of what it is as far as, do men prefer natural or do they prefer the enhanced? So I guess it kind of even boils down to, do it be about the looks? Do it always be about a woman's looks? Like, what qualities are the men looking for?
Uh, Honestly, it's just everybody have their own preference, but I can't speak for other men. But I
Mm-hmm.
choose natural
Mm-hmm.
any day over anything.
Okay.
But um, I don't know. I feel as if that people have to do their own thing for to make themselves feel how they need to feel in today's world. But for men, for me, I prefer natural. It's nothing
Okay.
like a natural woman.
Okay. And why is that? What is it about the natural that just speaks to you?
I feel like it's more of a inner thing when it comes to when I see it like that. When I look at women, it's like, okay, she's happy with herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's done the inner work. She know who she is, so she don't have to go out and do the extra thing that she feel like everybody else is doing. So yeah, I don't. It's a self esteem thing for me.
Okay. Okay.
So love
Now,
yourself.
that's true. So, you guys, in previous episodes, remember I was telling you about the whole self love. In fact, we even had the episode with Miss KK, Miss Kayla Monique, and she was telling us about self love. It's so important to love yourself, to show love to yourself, to appreciate yourself. And that really does boil down to a lot of times how you see yourself, how you view yourself. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Because a lot of times, even when outside are telling you you're handsome, you're gorgeous, a lot of people tend to look and they don't see what others do. So I think that that is a really good key point. So so Eric, why do you feel like some men, I know you can't speak for all men, but from the fellas, I'm sure y'all have talked about this in guys discussions and guy talk. Why why do you feel like some men are attracted to the enhanced?
Um, Honestly, as they say, men are visual. We
Mm-hmm.
see things, we think more is better, and that's not necessarily always what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But some men prefer like, I need it all. I want that. I want to see like. But I mean, I don't know. It's just like I said. It's a visual thing. Like we think more is better. Most of us. Some think less is more. It all depends. Everybody have their own preferences, you know, to what they think is best for them or what they choose. And it might be the woman that's more enhanced that they actually always wanted to be with, but they wasn't what they wanted, what they
Mm-hmm.
seen a long time ago. But now they got it like how they, oh, I could deal with this now. I don't know. It's just, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
I can't speak for everybody.
Well, of course not. But I know in a general sense, usually, I would say from what I have heard from several men, just generally asking, a lot of them are to your point, saying natural is what they would prefer. But they even go a step further. Some of them they'd rather have the natural hair, so they don't need all the weave and lace fronts and all of that that goes along with it. Are you laughing? So is that true too? Like,
For me, I can't speak for everybody else. I say that, and then I, end up meeting people that actually wear it, and it's cool. If it fit them, it fit them. It don't necessarily mean like you. I don't feel like you can do it, but like if this is all the time, how can I ever see who you really are? Like,
okay.
you got to switch it up sometimes. Like that's cool. We all do. Just,
Right.
it depends on self. It is what it is.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
that go from so I take it that goes from like the makeup and everything.
that too.
You need to be able to see
Yeah. Let me see
the
who you really
natural
are.
person.
Who are you? I see who you are right now, but who are you?
Right. Who are you really?
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that. And I'll say for me personally, I have never desired to get like BBLs or anything done to, my body, whatever. I've just learned to accept what is and change what isn't. So, meaning that at one point in my life, I was what I considered overweight for myself. I've always been a small, petite girl, and I had gotten a little bit on the hefty side. So, when I finally decided to put words into action, you guys, I just started just going to the gym, working out. And actually, before even going to the gym, I started right here at home during the pandemic when a lot of people told me they were doing the opposite. They were eating a lot and stressing and doing all this stuff. I actually decided to put my best foot forward and just work out at home, get a consistency of some type of routine going. And then from there, was able to feel comfortable enough to go to the gym where I wouldn't feel like I'm wasting my money. So that was my plan. And again, it's something I still implement to this day because I do feel like I could still lose a little here or, be able to lift a little bit more up here. So, you find different things to target. But again, I do just prefer just going my natural way. And I just feel like whoever is meant to be for me will accept me for me. And that's just my philosophy. But to those of you who, choose that route, I just really encourage because there's so many different health scares with that. There's unfortunately been some deaths that have occurred with that. It's really scary. So just I would recommend just being very careful, doing your research, and just if you can go more of a natural way, I would definitely shoot for that versus going.
Maybe it's hard. It's harder for some people. A lot of people done try, a lot of women and men done tried so many things to lose weight, to feel like the change, and if they feel like it's just not working, some people they do what they have to do, but and that's understandable. But that's your choice, and that's you doing what you need to do for you.
Yeah.
So it don't necessarily mean that I'm doing this for the attention or for everybody else. I needed this for me. It could be health reasons. It could be whatever it is. But everybody always want to put their own little twist. Oh, you did that because you're trying to. What's my business is my business. My reasons is my reasons. But that's what it all boils down to. To each his own. I mind you mind yours. If you like me, you like me. You don't, you don't. You can do it, you can, you can't.
That's true. And I think sometimes we focus so much on the outer, exterior part of us that we sometimes forget, to get ourselves together internally, again, going back to the self-love and just really loving yourself. So that brings on another question. But especially, I mean, I have to get a male perspective on this one because I feel like this might be why all the women are doing this. Are looks in general everything? I know you said that men are visual creatures, but
are you asking as a whole? Or you asking me personally, so I can speak personally for me. You have to be something to look at for me. I'm just being 120% honest. Like I have to, be able to be like, damn, yeah. Not be like, oh, we gotta keep working on something. No, because anything I think for both sides, female and male, you have to be physically attracted to somebody before even when that conversation even start. When you meet somebody, it's always a physical attraction. Because why am I approaching you if it wasn't something that I seen in you that I felt like that could be for me? So people got to understand that. They be like, oh, it wasn't for the look. Yes, it was. From the beginning, it was a reason why I approached you or a reason why you was attracted to me. And it's always that, because how do I even know you until we actually have a conversation?
True.
And then that's when you can judge. And then it's like, oh, this person mental is really messed up. Their personality is trash. I don't care how good you look. If that don't come together with that, it's not going to work for me. But yeah, I am a visual. So if I see something and then, and then we have a conversation, I could just be like, no, that's not it. I have to be mentally stimulated as well as if I see you attractive. And I would feel like that for myself when a woman see me, like, oh, damn, at least be able to hold a conversation. Not just like, he look good, but he's a dummy.
But you know what? I feel like, okay, so yes, I think for guys, that would be the case. But for us, because remember, you guys are approaching the woman. So when you guys approach us, and I'm sure my beauties out here can relate, you've been approached by some guys that you may not have initially had a physical attraction to, but their talk and their demeanor and just everything else, like check
falls into place.
And so it's like, can I work with it? For us for us females, we kind of finagle a little bit. We try to work with it because it's different. We didn't pick you out the crowd and you came and it just started from there. It's more like, we went on a few dates and he seemed cool and he may have his nose might be funny or his eyes might be his eyes might be doing his own thing, but he's really, he's a gentleman. He's got a big heart, and then the list just it's almost like those pros outweigh. So. I will say I'm gonna stand up for us beauties out here that it's a little different because I've had my share of those that I was not initially attracted to.
It ended up being real cool, I guess.
They was cool,
I kicked the ditch off thing. It was like, but
like I tried to make it work, or I tried to see past it. But to your point, it has to be somebody that you just can't even just look at the here and now, especially if you see potential with this person. It got to be 10 years now, 20 years now. Can I see myself waking longevity up to this person?
Yeah. So that's where all that natural rewind with the natural, like, ooh.
Yeah.
You was made up. Right, but now I see it's like, oh, dang, on it.
That's true.
But, it all depends. Some people, it all depends. That's why I like to see your natural state, But it's different for men and women. Like, y'all can go to the store, be in pajama pants, and the man can be like, oh, she look all right.
That's true.
But if a man, you go look at my feet and they busted, he's like, oh, nah. Y'all come down, up. So it's like, not knowing he could be a 6-figure dude for real. He working, he moving, but
That's true.
That's
true.
And then see you at that moment, he taking a chance. And
That's true. You gotta stop being a little official out there, y'all. Because
you got a right to be though. It's like, but I think it is different with women. When it comes to y'all prejudge, but I think men do too. Also, it all depends though. But like I said, it all go to we see and be like, oh, y'all can be like, ugh.
But see, okay, so all right, so initial but which do you? So is it more so the personality that's more important than the looks? Do you feel like it's a balance? It got to be 50-50, like looks and personality got to match, or Like,
Me,
where
it's
would
a
you
balance.
scale? Yeah, where would you scale it at?
Cause I can see you then. Cause I'm a silly. I like to laugh. You know, joke play. It has to balance with me anyway. Like
Mm-hmm.
it has to balance. Like all the seriousness all the time. Or are you too old to be acting out? Like it's just it got to be a balance. And then we got to bounce off each other.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So and to the point, each other get comfortable one another. Because people got to get comfortable. But if you already just who you are and people can see that, that's gonna come natural. It's just gonna fall into place. Like, oh, I can see myself being myself around this person. They just don't. They just silly. They
Mm-hmm.
cool. But yeah, it all depends. But I'm
Okay.
going crazy.
Okay. I get that. I get that. So I also feel as though social media plays a big role on on what we see and we fantasize about, just in general. So when it comes to, I'm gonna just ask you personally. So when it comes to what you're looking for, what qualities are you looking for in your woman?
Oh wow. Wow, you caught me off guard because I would kind of like wait, just be like it is what it is. But
No, no, no.
um. It's a physical thing, and for me, I try to keep myself together as much as possible. So yeah, I would want to meet somebody that with that um got their own thing going on. Um yeah, just driven, got a lot of ambitious, I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
drive. They want their own, but they at the same time can still know how to be a woman when it comes to like being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Not all is independent, like, oh, I don't need, all that. You know how to be soft, but still do your thing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, I have my little, I can't tell it all. See, then you don't know how to do your thing when they come to it.
You silly. Okay, all right. I guess those are some good points. So she doesn't have to technically be established. As long as you see that she's like
Going
fully
hard,
focused
yeah.
and really
And
going for
that's
her goals and
But that's the difference between men and women, yeah. But yeah, for sure. Because me being a man and a man gonna do what he's supposed to do regardless. That just come natural with you being a natural self as a natural woman in your natural state. That's cool.
mm-hmm.
You doing what you need to do, and then you get with somebody that can push you, just like you can push him. And it works together. Make me better, make you better,
That's true.
make a whole.
That's true.
So you don't necessarily have to be. You got to be making this, or you got to be this person for this to be. No, we see, we talk, we move, we transparent. We gonna work
Mm-hmm.
it out if that's where you truly want to be.
Right.
Because we can talk all day and be like, "Oh, this is what I," and that might not be the person.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's a chance we take every day.
That is true. That is so true. So listen, speaking of, okay, so a girl that she don't have to be established, but just focus and moving. So what about when it comes to, let's say if she just a little bit on like the thicker side, like a little,
What
like,
you mean
oh,
thick
like
though?
yeah,
It's a difference
like
between
she
thick and she's more closer on the heavy side, or
yeah. So what about if she was on the heavier side, but and that guy could be the one that kind of like maybe pushes her to get fit and get into shape. Have you ever had a female that was kind of a project that you
yeah.
tell us more? You ain't gotta say no names.
um,
What was the
that was like more on a mental basis though. Like at everything else, but people come around different people at certain times in their life. Like I could be somebody that came in her life that she's never dealt with,
mm-hmm.
and me being more on a higher level than the dudes that she dealt with, it might be harder for her to understand me. Mm-hmm. So me trying to push her, but I see the potential in her because conversation or, and try to help her get to where she could be. Yeah, but sometimes that don't always work because sometimes you come to somebody like when they not even ready to change themselves. Mm-hmm. You come in them and they chaotic stage in their life, and then you done built yourself to be where you more past that. Mm-hmm. Then you don't want to dummy yourself down, but you do try to help people and show people different and see this the other side of this, but sometimes people just don't be ready for that.
That's true. That's true.
You can't be mad because you was that person at one point in time. We all have been. Somebody that came in your life and you thought like, oh yeah, you trying to change me? No, I'm trying to show you something different. Mm-hmm. I'm not, but they not ready for that. Yeah. Or you just not the person that they see that them being with for them to change for. Or make themselves better. You just, and it works like that too sometimes.
That's true. Because I will say in my past, so when I was married, for those who have been following me, you already know my journey or y'all know what I've been through. So when I was married, I know my husband, he was very much into fitness and working out. And I would do it every so often, but it really wasn't, there was no drive, there was no ambition to do it. So fast forward, I was going through the marital crash and fall and burn of my marriage and trying to get it together, and one of the things that I decided to focus on was working out. So initially, for those, I don't even know if I've ever revealed this, but initially when I decided to work out, it was more so that way I can, get his attention and, get the focus back on me and, all would be well again. But what I ended up realizing, the more I kept doing it when he wasn't even around anyways, was that I needed to do this for me. The more I kept every day checking the mirror, especially us beauties out here that be working out, y'all know we be checking every time. So I'm checking the mirror, trying to see what results, turn sideways. Then the more I just started realizing that I wanted to do it for me. So it became more of me self-motivating myself to want to get into shape, to want to like what I see when I look in the mirror. So it does go to your point that sometimes it may not be the person, like that person may not be what it is that's going to really drive you to start making the necessary changes. It can be someone else, or it can even just be within yourself.
It could be that person, but it took them to step away or you to step away for you to realize that it was some more that you need to work on for yourself too.
True.
I don't necessarily mean it has something to do with them. It's like they had their own issues.
That's true. That's true.
And it's funny how we have to go through something to push ourselves to do better sometimes. It's like, why I couldn't just work out? But it don't work out like that all the time. So.
That's true. And that be where it is. Now for yourself, do you feel like, was there ever a point in time in your life where you feel like you let the right one get away?
Absolutely.
Ooh, what happened? Tell us.
Just the same thing. I go back to saying it could be the right person, but the wrong timing. They could be ready, but you not.
So what was it that she was ready for that maybe you weren't? Was it maybe
everything.
Marriage, a relationship? Was it
just everything? Trying to show me something different than what I was used to, and I wasn't used to it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, or should I believe this? Like, are they doing everything? But hold on, like you doing too much. And that just come from you not being used to something, but that also come from a part of myself. I guess I could speak for me, not healing from older situations.
Okay.
Okay. Not taking that time to realize that you do deserve better. Like somebody is out there for you but you're so used to the chaos and the drama, the loudness, the arguing, and then you get with somebody that's just at peace. And it's like, I'm here for you and I'm showing you some. It's like, no, they on some just all right. You doing too much. Like this is, I done been there. But it took me for me to lose that, for me to get older and more mature, to realize that, yeah, they was there for me for the right reasons, but I just didn't see it because I wasn't used to it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so
Okay.
yeah. And then you think about it sometimes, you're like, oh, but it is what it was. They showed you things like, and it still resonates to this day. It's like,
I was
oh
just about
yeah,
to say, yeah, because if you could, now that you have grown and matured, if you could go back 10 years and tell yourself some advice, what would that be?
patience.
Okay.
Be more patient. I was always with this. We ain't got enough time, so we gotta go. Just do. And I just think that just comes from society and where you grew up at, and just how things was. Just feel like you just don't have enough time because you used to seeing the same thing, dying early, young age. So you want to do what you want to do, and keep moving. I ain't got time for that. I get to it, but I might not have time, but patience.
Okay.
You know, slowing down, looking at everything as a whole.
Yeah, that's very important as well.
Doing that now.
I know, same.
So
I mean, I think a lot of life lessons you do have to sometimes just self-reflect and
comes with time,
realize. Yeah, it does.
and who you surround yourself with too. That's a big thing.
That is. I agree.
Because you can be ahead of your friends sometimes and telling them something, man, no, I don't want to hear that. That's cool, man. Forget all about that. And you like, and you be thinking like, oh yeah, that's what it is, but it really is not. But everybody move at their own pace.
Yeah.
Like that thing, what they say is, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You can show them everything, but then if that's not their time, it's not their time. Yeah.
So, with it being the month of love, this is the month of Valentine's Day, y'all. My favorite holiday. My third favorite. Told y'all in the other episode, but I just thought I had to, repeat myself in case y'all hear me. So, with it being the month of love, what advice would you give to? What advice would you give to the gentlemen out there, the gents, like as far as what you've learned, through your relational ups and downs and turnarounds, like what would you advise them so that way they can be able to find love, find the right one for them?
I can't tell them
help
nothing.
Them out. You can't help them out.
I can't.
Come on. I know you got some words of wisdom.
Stay up.
Stay up.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
for those who are serious, let's say for the ones that's not out here playing games, the one that really wants to find their wife, they really want to find their person. What would you advise that guy to do so that way he doesn't maybe have to endure some of the pitfalls you went through and
stay moving.
Okay.
And with that being said, is working on yourself. Work, gym, eating right, family, like just balancing all of that out. I feel like, and then you do have to, and then have your friendships, like with your man friends. Y'all have to have those conversations, because sometimes you can't get by yourself and then get in your head and be thinking the worst, like a lot. And it's like you do have to get around other people and have positive and real conversations about life and things to keep you moving and keep you motivated. And then putting yourself out there sometimes and being in the right situation. Sometimes I was put in the right situation some years back by me not wanting to do something. My friends pushed me, like, come on. And then I met somebody, and it was a beautiful thing. Sometimes you just, when you don't want to, you have to sometimes. Okay. And then it can put you in a good space. Okay. That's what they say. Even when you tired, sometimes you still got to go do what you got to go do.
Amen. That is so true.
But you just got to be consistent with yourself, man, and what your goals is. But do what you need to do for you, and then everything do actually fall into place. Pray. Pray. Stay prayed up for real.
Yes, he ain't lying.
Not serious.
Cause
But
it's rough and tough out here. It's especially tough for us females out here. I mean, I'm just gonna be
as a
honest.
whole, both of us. But we got to stop. What I've learned is coming in every situation with doubts. If you come in every situation like, oh, this ain't gonna be this is not gonna be. You done already manifested it for it to be bad, and it's gonna end up bad.
That's true.
So if you come in and just let it flow, let it be what it's gonna be. Be honest with yourself first. Talk. Be transparent. And if that's not what it is, that's not what it is. And I'm still teaching myself that I was at a space where I was cool with that. And then, deal with somebody, then stuff happen, then they bring you back, and then you got to pick yourself back up. But, yeah, you got to be honest with yourself, man. What do you really want? I feel like I've always been that person to tell people when I'm dealing with, especially with being single, you in a relationship or whatever, you moving around, be honest, what you want. Hey, listen, hey, I'm on this. Either we gonna deal, we not, it's cool. But if I see something deeper than that, I would talk and move a certain way. We'll say that. But it's all about how you move and what you really want. What do you want? What do you want? We can speak about a lot of stuff we want, and then until it's presented to you, and then it could be different. You're like, oh, I'm not ready. Mm-hmm. But be honest with yourself. Don't push yourself to make something work when you know it's not. Mm-hmm. Let it be. Yeah. But hurt people.
That is a true saying.
But if you ain't ready, man, let somebody else go and move around and let them do their thing. Mm-hmm. I ain't ready, baby.
I can respect the ones that do say that. I had a guy that really was just quite frank and was like, yeah, I'm not looking for anything serious.
I just want what I want right now.
Yeah, just like friends with benefits. And okay, mm-hmm. I respect your honesty. Now where I'm at, and we kept moving.
That's not what I want, but you know what? Yeah. You might be for the might be right now. People get lucky. I don't know. I ain't been that lucky. It is what it is.
So Eric, in your moments of singleness, what do you do for you to just, for your self-love?
Work
for your self-love?
Just go to work. Self-love. Do my own thing. It is. I'm not putting myself in.
What do you do to treat yourself? Work is not a treat yourself.
Oh, what do I do to treat myself?
Yes.
Oh, I travel.
Okay.
I eat good all the time. Uh-huh. I travel.
Okay.
Me doing stuff with my son. Chilling with my mom, Dukes, and my nephews or whatever the case may be. Family stuff and real people that's close to me. That my small little circle.
Okay. That's true.
My balance.
Small circle. Yeah.
But when I have the time.
Right.
But I fall off of that sometimes. Moms would be calling like, I ain't talked to you in a week. Where you been, boy? Uh-huh. I'll be around there, Ma. I see you. Just got stuff going on.
All right. Well, staying busy. But at the same time, finding time to relax, take vacations, and spending quality time with your family. I think that's good. Yes. That's a great balance.
Hey.
Well, guys, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. Getting to pick his brain just a little bit and get into the male, species and find out what's going on, what's really going on. So for those of you who have already subscribed, been tuning in each and every episode, I appreciate you. I love you. Mwah. And for those who haven't, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share.
Click.
You're liking, comment. Let us know what other topics you would like to hear when it comes to, me being able to have a male counterpart, so we can be able to really get a deeper dive into some topics that is really going to help us and benefit us in the long run. So it's been another great episode, and until next time, let's make a change.